The traditional way of running ads is pretty static. What do I mean by static is that we used to distribute the money, so the campaign budget, to the ad set level specifically, right? That is called ABO. ABO means ad set budget optimization, right? So we have the basic campaign structure, we have the campaign. Inside the campaign, we have the ad sets. And inside the ad sets, we have the ads themselves, right? So the biggest disadvantage was that because we have to set the budget manually, so let's take the example, we want to spend $1,000 a month, we would have to test each one of these with $333, right? So each one the same, right? And what this left us with is that most of your ad sets and most of your testing is going to fail, right? And so if we tested in the same scenario, let's say we lost these two, that would mean we lost most of the budget, right? 666. And the winning one got only what it was told to get, right? So essentially what we're doing here is that we're forcing the platform, YouTube, TikTok, Meta, to distribute the budget in a specific place, right? We're not giving them any power. So we're saying, here's the money and here's where to distribute it. Don't do anything else, right? And so even if the ad set is bad, you told the platform to distribute the money there and they're going to listen to you, and the distributing will be done specifically, right? And so if you remove the power of the platform, you're obviously are bound to lose when testing. Why? Because the platform obviously knows much more than we do, right? So no marketer can know better what works well in Facebook than Meta, right? Because it's the platform itself, right? So this was the biggest disadvantage. So is there a way to go through this? Yes, and that is CBO. So let's take a look at what CBO is. CBO. CBO means campaign budget optimization. Okay, so again, we have the normal campaign structure, or the campaign. Inside the campaign, we have the ad sets. All right, and inside the ad sets, we have the ads, right? So instead of manually putting the budget over here, what we do is that we take our $1,000 here and we give it to the campaign level, right here. What this does basically is that it gives the platform, whether that be YouTube, TikTok, or Meta, it gives them the power of distributing wherever they think is best, right? So if we're spending $1,000, right, and taking the same scenario that these two don't work, right, the platform would notice that, and they would not distribute as much money as they would to the winning one, right? That's the biggest advantage of CBO, is that you don't have to really think if this ad set is good or not, because you just put it and you let Facebook, TikTok, YouTube decide if it is good or not. If it's not, it won't get the most budget. If it is, it will get the most budget, right? So essentially, what in this scenario, probably like this would get like $200 of the budget, and the winning one would get like $800 of the budget. So if you want a fixed budget, if you want an ad set and say, I want this much money in this ad set, you should run ABO, right? I don't recommend it because it's not for the long run, okay? Because you need to test. And the best way to test ads is with CBO, right? Because if an ad, if you make new ad sets, if they're not good, they're just not going to get the budget, right? So this is much more flexible. And of course, for this era, you know, AI is advancing, the algorithm is advancing, and CBO basically is that, right? They use AI, the algorithm, to determine if an ad set is good or not, and you should truly trust the platform because they know better than anyone else. But yeah, Static is over here, and if you want to give the power to the platform and confidently test, then do CBL.